Now we starting to get somewhere. All right, everybody. I am your instructor, Pierre Hui, aka Mr. P. The P is for patience. Today is one of my favorite days of the year, my favorite holiday, Halloween, scary movies, all that good stuff. We're gonna make this real quick. First of all, I got all my systems running with the exception of one, but I got an idea to put that one. So you can find me on all my social medias at Pierre Huey, Pierrehouey, all social medias, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, um, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. Okay. So we are doing the full court press, the last one for October 31st on this wonderful Monday. Okay. This is for my barber students. I didn't get to see my barber students today, so we're just going to do this a little bit differently today. We're going to do it virtually, so just be on the lookout. All right, so we're going to start with previous information. Okay, Chapter 4, previous information. Term cleaning defined as a mechanical process. Sanitizing, chemical process. Disinfecting, chemical process. The difference between sanitizing and disinfecting is sanitizing chemical process for reduction, for reducing the number of disease-causing germs on clean surfaces to a safe level. Okay. Disinfecting, defined as a chemical process, it destroys harmful organisms except bacterial spores. Where is Tara at when I need her? Because she know that question now. She got it down pat. Federal agencies, you have the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, aka OSHA. OSHA is responsible for the Occupational Safety and Health Act of 1970. This regulation created the Hazard Communication Standard. That's where you get the material safety data sheets or MSDSs, which are now just the safety data sheets, the SDSs. Okay. They are also responsible for the pictograms. They are internationally recognized. They are used to ensure that information is being communicated in easily recognizable formats. Okay. That's all OSHA. All right. Next, you have the Environmental Protection Agency, aka the EPA. They register all types of disinfectants sold and used in the United States. What is a disinfectant? A disinfectant is a chemical product that destroys most bacteria, fungi, and viruses on surfaces, excluding bacterial spores. Okay. The two types used in the barbershop: hospital disinfectants and tuberculocidal disinfectants. Hospital disinfectants are effective for cleaning blood and body fluids from non-porous surfaces. By non-porous surfaces, we mean an item made or constructed of a material that has no pores or openings and that cannot absorb liquids. Hospital disinfectants control the spread of disease. Okay. The most commonly used disinfectants are the following: quaternary ammonium compounds, commonly known as quats, QUATS, are products made of quaternary ammonium cations and are designed for disinfection of non-porous surfaces. All right. The second type of disinfectant used in the barbershop is a tuberculocidal disinfectant. Okay. It's often referred to as phenolics, PHENOLICS. They are proven to kill the bacterium that causes tuberculosis, aka TB, in addition to other pathogens, which means harmful. Pathogenic means harmful, destroyed through the use of hospital disinfectants. All right. State regulatory agencies, what was talking about? They exist to protect barbers and their customers' health and safety while they receive services. State regulatory agencies include licensing agencies, the state barber boards, commissions, and health departments. Regulatory agencies require that everyone working on consumers in a barbershop follow specific procedures. Enforcement of the rules through inspections and investigations of consumer complaints is also part of an agency's responsibility. Okay. Next, we're going to add a little bit now. Okay. That was the previous section that we normally studied through chapter 4. Now we're going to add a few. Okay. Laws and rules. What are the differences? Laws are written by both federal and state legislatures that determine the scope of practice, what each license allows the holder to do, and establish guidelines for regulatory agencies to make rules. Laws are also called statutes. Okay. Rules and regulations are more specific than laws. The regulatory agency or the state board writes the rules and determines how the law must be applied. Rules establish specific standards of conduct and can be changed or updated frequently. It's the barber's responsibility to be aware of any changes to the rules and regulations and to comply with them. Ignorance of the law is not an acceptable reason or an excuse for non-compliance. Okay. Next, infection control. refers to the methods used to eliminate or reduce the transmission of infectious organisms. Barbers must understand and remember the following 4 types of potentially harmful organisms: 1, bacteria; 2, viruses; 3, fungi; and 4, parasites. Under certain conditions, many of these organisms can cause infectious diseases. An infectious disease is caused by pathogenic, there's that word again, the P is for pathogenic, aka harmful organisms that enter the body. An infectious disease, however, may or may not be spread from one person to another, depending on the organism and its method of transmission. Okay. Next, let's talk about bacteria for a little bit. Bacteria, the singular is bacterium. Bacteria are single, as in one, single-celled microorganisms that have both plant and animal characteristics. I'm going to say that one more time. Bacteria are single-celled microorganisms that have both plant and animal characteristics. A microorganism is any organism of microscopic or submicroscopic size. Some bacteria are harmful, some are harmless. Bacteria can exist almost anywhere: on skin, in water, in the air, decayed matter, environmental surfaces, body secretions, on clothing, under the free edge of nails, underneath here. They can be all up in there, okay? Let's see. Sherry, what's going on? Sherry Berry, how you doing? Yeah, I'm trying to do a little bit. We're doing our full court press. We're in the middle of the full court press today. Chapter 4, infection control, and we're going to jump to chapter 6. Bacteria so small they can only be seen with a microscope. Now, let's get to my favorite part. This is the question I ask people all the time. If any of y'all know me, if any of y'all know about the material that I teach all the time, the material that we talk about, the Barber test, the Barber theory test, the one that everybody's scared of, I usually start with this concept, okay? Types of bacteria. There are thousands of different kinds of bacteria which fall into 2 primary types: pathogenic and non-pathogenic. Most bacteria are non-pathogenic. In other words, they are harmless. Non-pathogenic, harmless. Okay? Most bacteria are non-pathogenic. They are harmless organisms that may perform useful functions. They are safe to come in contact with since they do not cause disease or harm. For example, non-pathogenic organisms are used to make yogurt, cheese, and some medicines. In the human body, non-pathogenic bacteria help the body break down food, protect against infection, and stimulate the immune system. Pathogenic bacteria are harmful microorganisms that can cause disease or infection in humans when they invade the body. Shops and schools must maintain strict standards for cleaning and disinfecting at all times to prevent the spread of pathogenic or harmful microorganisms. Okay? Period. Pathogenic, non-pathogenic. Pathogenic bacteria are harmful. Non-pathogenic are harmless. Trust me, anybody that's seen me around the school, in the shop, I always hit people with this question: what is the difference between pathogenic and non-pathogenic bacteria? The answer is one is harmless, the other one is harmful. Pathogenic is harmful. Non-pathogenic is harmless, and it actually helps you. Helps, again, one more time, in the human body, helps the body break down food, protect against infection, and stimulate the immune system. Do not be surprised if you hear or see that question tomorrow for anybody that's testing, okay? You're going to see that. You're going to hear that every time you see me, period. One more while we're in chapter 4. Classifications of pathogenic bacteria. Bacteria have 3 distinct shapes that help identify them. Pathogenic bacteria, the harmful pathogenic bacteria, are classified as following. Cocci, they are round-shaped bacteria that appear singly, alone, or in groups. It can be alone or it can be in groups. Okay. You have bacilli. They are short, rod-shaped bacteria. They are the most common bacteria and produce diseases such as tetanus, which is lockjaw, typhoid fever, tuberculosis, and diphtheria. And last, you have spirilla. They are spiral or corkscrew-shaped bacteria. They are subdivided into subgroups, such as Treponema pallidum, which causes syphilis, and Borrelia burgdorferi, which causes Lyme disease. Okay. 3 classifications of pathogenic bacteria: cocci, bacilli, spirilla. One more time: cocci, bacilli, spirilla. Cocci are round shaped, bacilli are short and rod shaped, spirilla are spiral or corkscrew shaped. Okay, that's where we're going to stop with the new information for chapter 4, infection control. We are going to jump to chapter 6. If I ever get there. All right, chapter 6, general anatomy, physiology. All right, previously, anatomy, the study of the human body structures that can be seen with the naked eye. Physiology is the study of the functions. Anatomy is structure. Physiology is functions. That's the difference, okay? Cells, the basic units of all living things, from bacteria to plants to animals, including human beings. Without cells, life does not exist. As a basic functional unit, the cell is responsible for carrying on all life processes. There are trillions with a T, ladies and gentlemen. There are trillions of cells in the human body. They vary widely in size, shape, and purpose. Okay, now let's talk about the basic structure of the cell. The cells of all living things are composed of a substance called protoplasm. It is a colorless, jelly-like substance found inside cells in which food elements such as proteins, fats, carbs, mineral salts, and water are present. You can visualize the protoplasm of a cell as being similar to a raw egg white. In addition to protoplasm, most cells also include a nucleus, cytoplasm, and the cell membrane. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about the nucleus. The nucleus of a cell is the dense, active protoplasm found in the center of the cell. It plays an important part in cell reproduction and metabolism. You can visualize the nucleus as the yolk in the middle of a raw egg. And the cytoplasm is the watery fluid that surrounds the nucleus of the cell and is needed for growth, reproduction, and self-repair. It is part of the protoplasm of the cell. If you ask what the difference is between protoplasm and cytoplasm, cytoplasm is part of the protoplasm of the cell, and protoplasm is the substance that all cells of living things are composed of. That's the difference. That is a question. I have seen it on the test multiple times. I will ask this all the time. You already know. Next, we're going to talk about the cell membrane. The cell membrane is the cell wall that encloses the protoplasm and permits soluble substances to enter and leave the cell. I'm going to give y'all that one more time. The cell membrane is the cell wall that encloses the protoplasm and permits soluble substances to enter and leave the cell. Real quick, new information: cell reproduction and division. Cells have the ability to reproduce, thus provide new cells for the growth and replacement of worn or injured ones. Mitosis, mitosis, is the usual process of cell reproduction of human tissues that occurs when the cell divides into 2 identical cells called daughter cells. 2 small structures in the nucleus called centrioles, centrioles, move to each side during the mitosis process to help divide the cell. As long as conditions are favorable, the cell will grow and reproduce. Favorable conditions include an adequate supply of food, oxygen, and water, suitable temperatures, and the ability to eliminate waste products. If conditions become unfavorable, the cell will become impaired or it may die. Unfavorable conditions include toxins, disease, and injury. Okay, real quick, one more time. Mitosis, the usual process of cell reproduction. The cell divides into identical cells, which are called daughter cells. 2 small structures near the nucleus called centrioles move to each side during the mitosis process to help divide the cell. Okay, we're going to stop there for chapter 6. We're going to jump to chapter 7, chemistry. Okay, previously we studied the following. Chemistry is the science that deals with the composition, structure, and properties of matter, matter, and how matter changes under different chemical conditions. Okay. Chemistry is divided into two areas, organic and inorganic chemistry. Organic chemistry is the study of substances that contain the element carbon. All living things are made of compounds that contain carbon. All living things, okay? All living things are made of compounds that contain carbon. That makes up organic chemistry. It's the study of substances that contain the element carbon. All right. The term itself, organic, applies to all living things and those things that were once alive. So gasoline, synthetic fabrics, plastics, pesticides, they are all considered organic because they are manufactured from natural gas and oil, which are the remains of plants and animals that died millions of years ago. Most organic substances will burn, okay? Inorganic chemistry is the study of substances that do not, NOT, contain carbon, but they may contain hydrogen. All right. Inorganic substances are not and never were alive. Therefore, they will not burn. Metals, minerals, water, air, and ammonia produced by living. They are produced by living organisms, but they are inorganic substances. Y'all with me? One more time. Metals, minerals, water, air, and ammonia, inorganic substances. All right. One more. Matter, matter, is defined as anything that occupies space and has mass. All matter has physical and chemical properties and exists in the form of a solid, liquid, gas, or plasma. It has physical properties we can touch, taste, smell, or see, but not everything is matter. For example, we can see visible light and electrical sparks, but light and electricity are forms of energy. And energy is not matter because it does not have mass. In fact, energy can be defined as the ability to change or put matter into motion, which is a different thing. The chemical properties of matter can only be seen or measured when a chemical change or chemical reaction occurs. We're going to stop there on chapter 7 for basics of chemistry. We're going to jump to chapter 8. This is the full court press method, y'all. So we don't go through the whole chapter and then you be bored by, 8 minutes in and just not even paying attention. We jump chapter to chapter, okay? I'm doing pretty good. I usually try to contain this within 15 minutes, but you know what? 20 minutes ain't going to be that bad, right? So we closing in on 18 minutes. Y'all bear with me. We almost there, okay? Electricity. It is not matter because it does not occupy space. It does not have mass. In fact, electricity can move through or across matter in space. Electricity is a form of energy. Energy, 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 okay, that produces physical, magnetic, chemical, or thermal effects when in motion. This energy is created by the flow of electrons between atoms, all right? An electric current is the flow of electricity along a conductor. All substances can be classified as conductors or insulators depending on the ease with which an electric current can be transmitted through them. A conductor is any substance, material, or medium that conducts electricity. Most metals, carbon, the human body, and watery solutions of acids and salts are good conductors of electricity. Okay? An insulator or non-conductor is a substance that does not easily transmit electricity. Rubber, silk, dry wood, glass, and cement are good insulators. An electric wire is composed of fine twisted metal threads, which is the conductor, covered with a silk, plastic, or rubber coating, which is the insulator. A complete electric circuit is the path of an electric current from the generating source through conductors and back to its original source. Okay? And one more thing on this one. 2 types of electric current. You have direct current or DC. It is a constant, even flowing current that travels in one direction only and produces a chemical reaction. Battery operated instruments such as flashlights, cell phones, cordless tools use DC, like a car battery. Alternating current is AC. It is a rapid and interrupted current flowing first in one direction and then in the opposite direction that produces a mechanical action. Electric clippers, hair dryers, other tools or appliances that plug directly into a wall outlet, it use AC, alternating current. Okay. I think we're gonna stop there for basis of electricity and see where we at. We at 20 minutes. We are at 20 minutes. All right, y'all got lucky this time. Y'all got real lucky. Real lucky. Because I was gonna run the gauntlet on you like I was gaining steam. I was just gonna talk about the dermis and the epidermis. The dermis is 25 times thicker than the epidermis, which is the outside layer. It's got 5 stratum in the epidermis, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I ain't gonna get you though. I am not gonna get you. Y'all got very lucky. And I ain't gonna get you like I had 2 more chapters, but I'm gonna relax, especially since it's Halloween. Okay, I got runs I gotta make before all the banks and stuff close, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna get up out of here this time. Y'all got lucky this time, but I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. Start of November is going down. Full court press, full court pressure all day, every day, all even barber school. I am your instructor, Pierre Huey, aka Mr. P. The P is for patience. The P is for patience, because that's what it takes to get through this thing, okay? Patience and persistence. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pass this test. We're going to pass it with flying colors. We're going to pass it in less than 20 minutes. I don't care if it's the master barber test, which is 110 questions. Don't matter. We're going to pass that thing in less than 20 minutes or less. That is my goal to get y'all to. I want y'all confident. All right? So I will see y'all soon, okay? I am your instructor one more time, Pierre Huey, aka Mr. P. The P is for patience. Happy Halloween, everybody. I'm going to make some runs. Then I'm going to watch me a bunch of scary movies straight like that. Y'all have a wonderful day. Peace. And, come on now. And broadcast.